Okay. Let's hope this is actually working. Little audio, please. Okay. Let's hope this is actually working. Little audio, please. Okay. So, now I'm in the inverted castle, got a couple of different routes I can take. And that was not a good idea. I thought I would actually land on that little platform, but apparently you can't. It can only block your ascent. Initially in the castle, almost every route's actually kind of fucking evil, so after the game was initially quite easy, it's a bit trickier. Thankfully I've got this cheeky old sword. In fact, I may take the alternative route back here. Fuck you guys. This sword of dawn is totally chinny and overpowered, by the way, but that's why I love it. There is one sword that's actually even more overpowered. We'll get to that. For now. These guys are weak to magic, it seems. Physical damage not so good. No. The inverted castle only really has about like 2 bits of music, so get used to hearing those. And also the inverted castle, get used to the tedium of me having to fill out lots of different squares of the map. Hooray! I hope that sounded suitably sarcastic. Okay. These balloon pods are quite irritating, but so are these here weird panther guys. And guess what? It's time for another boss, and it's our good old pal Medusa. Yeah, of course, turns us to swim. Well, tricky thing about Sword of Dawn is, of course, that it means that I've got no shield out because it's a double-handed weapon. And my little fairy familiar can break me out of the stoning animation, which she'd really need to do soon because I'm getting repeatedly stoned here. And not in the way I'd like to be. And fuck you, I believe that's called. I'm a sucker for this stone spell, apparently. So, you get the relics, which are essentially the items from Castlevania, Simon's Quest. There's a nice little nod back to it. Probably not much point triggering those there little balloon pod things because they're more of a nuisance than anything. They're not particularly threatening. Hey, fighting these guys isn't getting old or anything. Not at all. This was the Black Panther's big break before the movie came out. Of course that was a lie. This guy's just not wanting to die this time. Interesting. Seems like you've got like precisely 2 seconds to actually hit the fucker. But he's weak to soul steel, as is everything. So, how about fireball-based death? Yep. Suck my balls, pal. See you later. Wanted some health back. And with soul steel, everything's a heal. It makes the Dark Metamorphosis spell just completely fucking pointless. Which mainly is, actually. I really need to get my super leap technique down. I'm doing kind of lazy with it today. Now, those guys are doing a community service. They are snipers of goths. And the only good goth, as we know, is a dead goth. That's science. So this time going down this corridor doesn't get you anything too fantastic except for the Twilight Cloak, which is actually the cloak from the start of the game. I think, I'm pretty sure. Look at that, it looks like a proper vampire's coat now. Cloak, rather. You get absolutely nothing for breaking all those spikes, but it satisfies my OCD. Well, the walk armor's looking attractive right now. It's got no elemental defense, but it doesn't really need it. Kinda tempted to switch from the Sword of Dawn. It's kind of slow, although it is significantly stronger. Swings and roundabouts off. Hello, Gothic snipers. Not today. So yeah, it's literally the castle, but upside down, and with the enemies and bosses. But I mean, the architecture remains the same, and whilst it really works for some areas, there's other parts of the game where you're literally just going to be batting about the whole goddamn time. And sometimes that can really do your dick in. These imps are the worst. If they get a hold of you, they pretty much just have you auto-attack on the spot. And they do that there until they pretty much decide they're bored. Or you get hit. You can guess which is going to happen first though, right? So, I can go in there, but first of all, I think I'll go to Confession. The upside down Confession. fuck you guys again. No offense. I don't really want those wee assholes dicking me around here if I can avoid it. Apparently my ability to get soul steal out is very poor though. So, that's Upside Down Confession. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can actually do there anymore, so... that's how it has to be, I'm afraid. You can tell the enemies are given much more experience now. Anyway. Not today, assholes. Not today. And this is the other bit of music for the Upside Down Castle, which is literally the only other bit of music in the Upside Down Castle, aside from boss music. And that gets rather quick. But yeah, there was Cthulhu. Just chilling out in Castlevania. Those guys really don't want to die. Probably shouldn't really be in Ulrox's quarters right now, but... that's the decision I've made. So yeah, if you didn't find that there's secret in the first castle, given the fact that it's on the bloody roof, then it's a lot easier to pick it up there. And bye Cthulhu. Guess he got bored of life. Or maybe he's gone for the great sleep. Either way, Ulrox's quarters. Probably again somewhere that I'd have been better leaving till a bit later. But I've never been one for sensible decisions. Do you mind? Maybe they're allergic to fire. Yes, they're very weak to fire. Okay, probably want to try a different weapon other than the sword is on after all. This is a bastard sword. It's for rat bastards. Huh, strong versus holy. Well, the undead aren't really holy, last time I checked. So I'm going to switch back to the old holy rod, because I think that's going to be better against the undead. And what do you know it is. Well, the Sword of the Dawn has that there cool ability to summon those little NPCs. And it is one of my favourite weapons in the game just for how unique it is. This here seems to be a lot more practical, given that, as I said before, almost every enemy in this game is going to be weak against holy. There's very few enemies that are actually holy elements. And oh boy, Medusa heads, everyone's favourite. Guess you could argue though it's better than Medusa heads rather than those absolute irritating fucking Valhalla Knight bastards. And what's in here? Probably some cheeky monkey. No. There's Alucard's actual meal, not the Alucard meal. And I think I'm gonna pop that on. After all, it's better defense for the moment, and it resists a butt ton of things, so that's good. And I want to uncover some map quicker than I was doing so before, so that'll do the trick. I'll fly over a bit and then speed back. I'll have to remember to keep an eye on my fairies level as well, so that I can get it to sing for us when I find a chair. Actually, what level is it now? It's level 5, so only another couple of levels, and I think it gains the ability to sing when you're sitting in a chair after that. It's amazing how consistently irritating the Medusa heads have been throughout the entire Castlevania series. It's also amazing how many heads Medusa had, apparently. So, as I said before, I am going to try and make this a more sporting playthrough. Normally, I get the Medusa and, like, have this, well, a sword that I'll show off later very briefly, and said sword is so overpowered that Medusa usually dies before she even gets an attack out, which is kind of hilarious. And yeah, these guys that were bosses, well, it was a boss once, and now it's just your average mook, and you're going to see a lot of that in this here castle. Oh, I can resist dark. That's... yeah, it's never really going to be that useful. Spoilers. This is shuriken. I don't know why I'm reading it out like you're blind or something. I'll try to knock that in the head right now. And hey, it's time for another boss. And I don't think I've ever had a challenging fight against this thing before, so this could be interesting. Oh wait, he's completely weak against Totally, so maybe not. That's some sort of poison cloud. If that's the best he can do, God help him. Oh, look! He's spinning me round. Dead or alive style. Oh, seriously? I'm playing like a grade A asshole. Seriously? Come on. He does so little damage anyway, it's kind of like... I guess you could count that as a sympathy hit. How's it going, fella? Well... even still, you get the idea. He's pretty shit. And he's gonna give me another bit of Dracula. Basically, any of the bosses from the original Castlevania on the NES give you one of the Dracula parts, which you can then go to access the final boss. But then you got only the basic ones that you need. Well, you'd miss loads of the alternate castle. And then what kind of person would you be? Probably better you don't answer that. So that was the real reward for the boss. Unlike earlier in the game, you're not getting extra forms by beating these here creatures. It's just literally those additional items that give you a tasty stat boost, as well as allowing you to get the Dracula. So where was that? Relics. Yeah, so plus 10 intelligence, plus 10 constitution. Oh, I can avoid curse. That would have been good earlier in the game. I don't know if I'm going to fight any more of those ectoplasm enemies that do curse you anyway. So, largely redundant. See you later, losers. Yeah, I might save it after those guys. I did beat a boss, but then the boss was so unchallenging. Yeah. There is a chance I'll stumble into something that will just totally gank me. That was the Ghost Dancer. And I didn't mean to get that dagger, and it landed in spikes, and I couldn't be bothered equipping the spike armor, so... sorry. The Ghost Dancer, of course, done a very convincing attack by jumping over my head. God bless them, though. Even if it's a very poor effort, it's an effort all the same they're making. Shield potion. I'm doing it again, I'm reading out all the items I'm getting. So, this is another one of those warp points, and I'm actually going to use to go back, because the rest of all Rox's quarters will either lead just to the Colosseum, or to, well, another shortcut back to the church, technically. Where else could it take me? Well, back to the clock tower, or sorry, not clock tower, the clock area of the castle, which is pretty much only really worth going to at the end of the game. Right now, it's got these here unbelievable giant night guys that are, even when you're overpowered, like practically invincible unless you attack them from their back, and even then they've got quite high defense. Fair enough, they're guarding the final boss, but it's not really something I need to be near now, put it that way. I know technically a lot of people prefer Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow to this game, but this one's still my favourite of all the Castlevania. It's done in the Metroidvania style. That's not to say I don't have a lot of love for Dawn of Sorrow, it's great. However, I don't think I'll ever be able to say anything tremendously positive about, or sorry, it's Aria I love. Dawn of Sorrow is the one that I kind of find a bit underwhelming, given the fact that it's more or less a retread, except with a horrible anime aesthetic instead, and also the fact that you need to do touchscreen crap after you defeat bosses, which is really fidgety and not remotely fun. So I've got a moon rod, it's got lunar markings, it's also considerably more powerful, and that's always a plus. And guess what? You can also shoot giant moon things, which I think counts as a magic attack. You do that by doing a Hadoken, and most of the specials in this game are done with like Hadoken style inputs. Either that or just back forward and attack, you don't even have to charge it like a sonic boom. Yeah, that's absolutely wrecking those guys. Moonrod, clear winner here. And the Bomb Knights, as you see, even their bombs only like get off a single digit of HP against you, and that's kind of pathetic. Come on. I guess you are supposed to come to this area first rather than past those tombstones. They're supposed to probably be a bit of a brick wall, but then again, given the fact that you can cast a spell and instantly destroy them, not so much. That's possibly, like, again, I give the guy points for trying, but when you're throwing bombs straight into the roof, it's kind of non-threatening. Let's see. Moontime. Oh yeah, they reckon too. These spikes will probably do more damage than anything. Oh, you can actually bat his bombs back at him. Let's see if I can do that. That would be super skilly. Come on. Yep. He's weak to his own bombs. Like some sort of Mega Man reject. Could have swore there was something breakable in one of these walls around here, but could also be wrong. Oh no! Can I get there in time? No. The answer was no, I could not get there in time. You guessed that right, you can give yourself a prize. Now this here piece of music, it is good, don't get me wrong. It's just also not really good enough to be there for just the entire half of this castle, you know. It's like both unique tracks for this castle are nice, but it'd just have been nice to have more, or even to like bring back a couple of other tracks. Maybe even a few NES or SNES remix tracks. The theme of Simon's always amazing. In fact, the theme of Simon might be one of my like favorite pieces of video game music ever. So these guys were vaguely threatening the first time you came across them, you know, floating about with their magic sword. And here, as you've seen, we were doing 1 hit point damage, and you can kind of kill them by accidentally breathing too hard in their direction. He's more inconvenient. And it's a bit of a shame for the enemies when the best thing you can say for some of them is, "You're an inconvenience, mate." That's gotta hurt. I'd feel bad about that. Sadly, you can't use your magic attacks in the air. But, you know what, I've entertained these guys for far too long. Time to soul steal them. Hello, asshole. Oh, of course, it had to be Medusa heads. They're gonna be harder than those bloody knights. Especially when I'm trying to hit those gears again so I can open that secret room up once more. Yeah. Sooner I get some stone resistance going, the better. Ugh. Oh lord. Hey, something done damage against me there. Oh, fuck my anus. Oh, this is massively inconvenient. Ah, fuck you. Playing Silker. Well, it's definitely a click for one. However, getting this other one's gonna be real pain in the ass, as it's stuck right there, as you can see. Look, seriously, just fuck off. There we go, that's number 2. And I think the other ones are less irritating. The word being less irritating. Oh! Away and fuck yourself, seriously. Look, the little disembodied heads are doing a better job than you, so I would just leave, save yourselves the embarrassment. They're gonna be so embarrassed when I get the soul steal out. Okay, never mind the soul steal. Sigh. I'm gonna throw that stone into this now. That's literally a party for those guys. How many of them are there? And why are they only coming up as Medusa heads? Right. Just get out of here for a second. Well, it's nice and late time to cast Protecting Stone, thank you for that. The Protecting Stone worked a treat there. Oh, there's some health back anyway. Oh, for the love of pets. Well, that gear effect's going to time, isn't it? Where's this trick again? Well, one more for the road, huh? Apparently it wouldn't be me playing this here game if I wasn't getting turned to stone constantly. I never normally have that problem when I'm playing this game. Must be nerves. You know, for my whole one viewer. Fuck yous. And yeah, that door's open. And inside we've got a diamond, a life apple, and a sunstone. And the sunstone, I wonder if that's actually useful at the moment. Nope. It's not past night time in the game, so I guess not. Probably could have used a mana prism, you know. Medusa heads give virtually no experience as far as I'm aware, so I'm not going to even bother trying to kill them. As for those other knights, as you've seen before, they're more irritating than anything. When you get 8 of them ganged up on you in a room, yeah, that's going to make it a bit trickier, but again, they're not actually particularly difficult. Like, they're only doing a single digit of damage, so you end up, like I said, feeling pity for them more than anything. And the Valhalla Knight's down to 1 HP of damage, so he's like become totally non-threatening. He's just irritating now. How about those? Yeah, not done the trick. The axe is probably going to be arguably more useful here. Ah, so this is the helmet from the start of the game. It's the dragon helm that allegedly scares enemies away. But it lowers my strength, which is strange. I don't know why a helmet would raise your strength or lower your strength. It ups your attack. No, hang on, I'm reading that completely the wrong way around, like some sort of dick. There we go. It's the superior in every way, as endgame equipment should be. Probably does help to, you know, read things correctly. And trust me, 100%ing the map is as fun as it looks. It's kind of like doing it in Super Metroid. Except Super Metroid, they didn't make you also do it upside down. I think I'm going to be blasphemous and say, though, I actually do prefer this to Super Metroid. Even if, you know, Super Metroid's one of the best games ever. Well, in my opinion, so is this. This is technically more flawed than Super Metroid, but I also raise you the fact that fuck you. Still though, Super Metroid. Still remember getting the big box version of it and being blown away by the big giant book, even if it did tell you entirely how to beat the game. It was still like, wow, look at this big book. And it's about Metroid. Super Metroid. And I can break through. No, I can't break through down here. That's inconvenient. They don't really pack out this area with enemies, do they? Kind of like they're like, well, those Valhalla Knights down there are annoying if you forget that you can turn into a bat. And you're like, is that it? Obviously the programmers were like, yeah, I guess so. Nothing in there. Buttholes. And that's pretty much our way out there. And that's this part of the map entirely uncovered. Good enough. I wasn't joking when I said that their music's literally going to repeat in every single part of the castle except for like the two other areas that have the not the other track that's a wee bit prettier. It's going to play in the library where I'll probably be heading to next. Funnily enough, that their crazy death lift doesn't work upside down. These guys are completely invincible. You still want to attack them so that they actually fill out your menu. Or enemy list, rather. Those guys, they do have one use, believe it or not. Not just inflicting a lot of damage on you. They actually inflict a surprising amount of damage. Okay, 20. Maybe it's not that bad. But given the fact that they're invincible, that means you can just get tons of health from them. For some reason I'm always convinced that there's a breakable wall over there, and there really isn't. I've played this game through so many times that I should really know that by now. And it's warp time. Jack of bones. Kind of shit. That's the best thing you can say for these guys. Again, they're inconvenient more than anything. Shield actually has a legitimate use there though, just to stop them irritating you if they hit you at the exact height that your shield's out. And for some reason the music stopped here. Or is it just being drowned out by the rain? I think it's just being drowned out by the rain, actually. And that would be the library, which I do want to go to next, but then there's also a boss nearby. So I'm thinking maybe go fight the boss first. Yeah, I'll go fight the boss first. Nah. As for those guys, I told you these guys drop something really good, and this is an area where you can just absolutely spam the hell out of them. And hopefully it will drop what I'm looking for quite quickly just so I can show it off. Again, I'm going to try not equipping it because otherwise it just completely breaks the game in two. Perhaps the Holy Rod would be better. Well, this could be grindy. I'm very sorry. I probably should have done this off camera. Oh, well, that's a turquoise. Not what we're looking for. Nor is a single gold piece. Huh. Well, it's not any quicker, is it? I don't think they actually lowered the drop rate for these here. So it is just going to be a random chance. I'll do it as quick as I can just to show it off, like I said. You can get some sort of item that will up your drop rate, but I can't be bothered. You can buy it from the librarian. I think once you've been to the inverse castle you can buy it from them. Alright, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll do this off camera and show it later because, like I said, this isn't going to be thrilling to watch me just do that over and over again. But I assure you the ring is definitely worth getting. Maybe I can kill them in like 2 hits if I use the Holy Rod. That might make it a bit quicker. Yay! Definitely jumping too close, whatever's wrong with me. Ah, okay. So the special back forward attack seems to one-shot them. See you later, loser. Gauntlet. Gauntlet's not bad actually. I'm gonna pop one of those on instead of the Mystic Pendant. That's 5 to my attack, so why not? Still not what I'm looking for. That will hopefully be in a second. Hint, hint. And because I fought these guys in the first castle, they don't really do much for your old experience either. I'm thinking I'll come back to you because, well, nobody wants to see me do this all night, and it could take a wee while before they drop something. I think a couple of years ago, it might have been summer 2017 actually, so only just over a year ago. Somebody played this game blindfolded at Summer Games Done Quick, which was absurd. The main thing they got stuck on was a menu. They didn't 100% it, funnily enough. But, you know, they still beat Castlevania Symphony blindfolded, which is absurd. But then again, somebody else also beat Super Punch-Out blindfolded and Punch-Out blindfolded, which is absolutely insane. Okay. I don't want to literally bore your dick off. I'm not a turquoise. I'll try this a couple more times. And then I'll go. Well, it's giving me the gauntlets anyway. They're still not what I want. I'm pretty sure the ring doesn't just appear in New Game Plus, although I could be completely wrong. If it is a New Game Plus, that would make it significantly more fair, actually. Let me check that. Gold ring. No, that's not the one. Well, it doesn't help that I've completely forgot the name of it, does it? Sorry about that. Okay. I'll go fight the boss like a proper person would. So let's actually do something then, huh? Hey, it's Frankenstein's monster! Or as they've correctly labelled it here, the creature. Maybe he'll be difficult, right? Again, normally I've got the sword that I've made references to and literally destroy him within a couple of attacks. And that's pretty much the best you can do. That unconvincing roll attack. That was a boss. We got the Tooth of Vlad. And what's the Tooth of Vlad do? Well, it's one more relic closer to being able to beat the game. And it's giving me plus 10 strength, which just means getting more and more powerful, which is kind of fun. Oh yeah, I wanted to turn back on the sword familiar, didn't I? When I've got a chair I can sit on, I can use the fairy card to show off the singing power. And now to the haunted library. Well, it's not called the haunted library. So, those night enemies, they are great because they drop one of my favourite weapons in the game. I'm going to see if I can get them to drop that, but again, I've got a feeling this might be better for off-screen grinding because it's grindy as tits, if tits are grindy. Hello. The Shmooze also drop the most overpowered sword in the game. So not only can you get potentially my favourite, what do you call it in the game? My favorite glove item in the game, but you can also technically get the best sword here. And they're also in a conveniently grindy location. These enemies are great at dropping the gauntlets, by the way, but not at actually dropping any of the weapons I'm wanting, or relics. See, Symphony was actually trying to pull his weight now. Yeah, it's probably quicker just going in here, killing that guy, and then going back out the door. It'd be nice if he'd drop it. Doesn't seem like he wants to drop it. Come on, guy. You don't even like the weapon, so you'd be better dropping it. Any chance? Apparently not. Well, there was some sword that dropped back there and I didn't check it out. What was it? It's not showing. Wasn't the Talwar? I'll sort it out again, will we? That's quite strong. Oh, it's luminous. A sword forged by elves. No, it doesn't seem to have any special spells or anything. But it was made by elves. Didn't even know elves existed in the Castlevania universe, but apparently they do. He's really not for dropping this, is he? I'm not having any luck with my random drops. Now, if you've ever played Aria of Sorrow or Dawn of Sorrow even, they were really grindy for getting enemy souls, so that usually meant going in and out of the same room, killing the same enemy over and over and over again in the most convenient, quick way until eventually it dropped its soul. Sometimes that could be pure torture with certain enemies that just barely drop them at all. But it did also let you get a custard pie and throw a custard pie at an enemy. That's one thing you could say for Dawn of Sorrow, killing people with custard pies. I'm not even sure if Dead Rising let you do that. Probably throw custard pies at the zombies, but I don't think you could actually kill anybody with them. Now, come on, guy, seriously? You're just showing me up now. Oh, ramen. That's nice. I've always wanted a ghost's ramen. Single gold piece to add insult to injury. For gameplay skills, so not paying enough attention. And there they are, the Fist of Tulkas. Now, check these bad boys out. Okay, they don't look that amazing, right? But you can throw little Hadouken type things. And not only that, 100 crack fist. of the North Star. And it's also really handy for grinding these guys. Doesn't even take any MP. I'll try and get this sword very quickly. I'm very sorry about this, but if I get the sword, it means I can show it off. And then be done with it. No, he didn't like that. Sword brothers, still trying their best. I really gotta practice my Hadouken motions with the PS4 controller. Any chance? To be fair, it's a good thing they made this a very random drop, because you did just casually find it anytime. That was random. I'm glad I could tell that was random. That's also the one scary thing about grinding in these games, is just thinking you're going to leave something behind. I had a bit of that with Secret of Mana earlier in the year, where I was like walking off screen sometimes as a treasure chest that appeared, and I was like grinding them out, and it was like, no, what if that was the treasure chest with the random bit of gear I needed to get the crappy achievement? I wouldn't like to say how many hours of my life that was that I'm not getting back. And geez, that was like the glitchiest game I've ever played, for like just out and out crashing constantly. Any chance, buddy? Should really get some item that increases your luck. Come on, even the lion was more reliable than you, buddy. He doesn't even want to drop his goddamn ramen. Sword Brother's trying to put in some effort. That was definitely ramen again, wasn't it? Didn't look like the sword to me anyway. Just maybe want to give them a bit more second before I change the screen. I'm so sorry to my one viewer, by the way. I will be a cook. Pretend I didn't do that. Sigh. Obviously trying to get this sword is something you're not going to want to do in a speed run. You know, if that sword could just stay spinning up there, it would be beautiful. Yeah, a bit like that. As you can see, the Hadouken's doing a lot of damage. 170 when it hits. chance. Maybe just let him come to me rather than trying to throw off all these Hadoken motions. My thumb's kind of getting tired from it. He is getting more accurate with his sword. And I suppose the ghost would eventually get more accurate if you were using it. You might even get a bit more powerful at absorbing health from the enemies, but it really sucks as well. It doesn't have that cute appeal of the bat where it falls in love with you turning into a bat. Come on. Any goddamn chance, please. You know what? I know I've said this before, but I'll give it another couple of chances. And if that doesn't work, then I'll go back to exploring. I'll come back to this here off camera and grind both it and the crazy ring out. And a bit of a here's one I made earlier situation, and then show you just how goddamn overpowered both items are. These gloves are a good start anyway, aren't they? Come on. Alright. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, you had your chance. What do you know? Thinking about me around there. These other ones are much easier to grind. Believe it or not, that is supposed to be the Scarecrow. So you've had the Lion and the Scarecrow. And yeah, we're gonna see more of the gang. It's only further that the drop rate of those items is so small because, like I said, get that sword, it's really just game over for every other enemy in the game. Unless you fall into spikes or something. Oops. No, I'll be fine for map coverage there. And that was the Tin Man, who also... Oh, I just got an achievement for killing him. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Very clever. They've gone for really derpy names with all the achievements in this game, I've noticed. Bad puns. Even a reference to the room. You see, that guy actually tried to hurt me there. He got 10 whole damage out. This already makes him more threatening than a lot of the enemies from this here part of the castle. And let's see. Let's way back to the library. Well, there's 10 men if you don't actually kill them quick enough. We'll pull out some sort of machine gun and start firing at you, which is quite strange. Probably should go back to your sword now. Well, I can't 100 crack this with a sword. And the irresistible appeal of 100 crack fisting things. Can even do a mid-air 100 crack fist. Let's see, is he going to try to use his machine gun? He might, if I hit him something weak. Maybe. Single punch just totally killed him. Oh well. I tried to show off his other attack, I'm sorry he didn't actually do it. So. Unlike in the original castle, there's actually no mini-boss even to be fought in this here part of the castle. The upside down version just doesn't care. Oh. Things you weren't expecting to find in a candle. A neutron bomb. Battle air. Increases with gameplay. No, I think I'll stick with my overpowered fists, thank you. I'm not sure who Tulkas the Valar was, but he made some pretty good gloves. Or he blessed some good gloves anyway. Maybe it was like some sort of product endorsement. Hello. Can you be my friend? You use a different attack. Ah, here we go. That's the one I was referring to. But the sword took him out. You'd really have to screw up to actually get killed even by Tin Man with his axe attack. At least he gets more than a single digit of damage against you. And you shouldn't really be... I suppose you could say that's the one thing you could criticize this game over, is you shouldn't really be encouraging enemies to do more damage to you. I suppose you are an immortal vampire, like, but... or half vampire, but... still, could have made it a little bit more challenging. Hello, asshole. And that's just another sellable gel. Believe it or not, that was all of the inverse library. Not very difficult at all. I'll take the save. Oh, I was also thinking there. I've technically beaten the game already. Maybe you have to beat it in the inverse castle to get that there crazy ring. But I should still be able to get the chinny sword from these guys. I'll just not forcibly endure me grinding that out. Again, these guys weren't even being difficult, they were just being inconvenient. But unlike an old Castlevania, you can't get hit down bottomless pit, so like I said, it's just more of an inconvenience than anything that they're knocking you down holes, well not holes, knocking you down from where you're trying to get up to. Take that, asshole. And you. Oops. Whee. I'm gonna give him another 10 times. I'm very sorry about this, but I'm also really fucking stubborn. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7. That doesn't count. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go for 0. Yeah, okay. I don't want to give up the goods just yet. That's fine. And there's 2 bits of map below there that I have to get. Sorry. That should count as being on the map there. Yeah. It's just being a bit stubborn to register. Again, that's something that seems to be unique to this version of the game rather than... Never noticed that on the 360 version or anything like that, or on the original PlayStation version, or even on the PSP port. Can't remember if it ever happened on the Saturn port. That's the Saturn port. Need I say more? Technically, the Saturn port has a couple of extra areas, but they kind of sucked and looked really goofy. It's a shame because if there's one thing I would have loved, it would have been more Symphony of the Night. in one of these re-releases, I wish they'd like just added an entirely massive new area where you could have taken your totally overpowered Alucard into, given the fact that the rest is quite simple. And I think I'll go back to... Go back to the Elfie sword. I'm gonna try these guys another couple of times, just because I'm stubborn. 1, 2... Give them another couple of tries. Pull out 1. Pull out 2. I'll do it up to 5 times. How about that? Promise, no more than that. As you can see, it's not totally over leveling me anyway. So 3 times so far. Four times, and this will be the 5th time. Ha, filled you once more on the way out. There is one thing I hate in like RPG-ish games though, it is random drops. Even with Monster Hunter that I played through recently, it was absolutely maddening. Just give me the goddamn drop. It's not skillful to make me fight the same enemy 60 times in a row. Especially if it's not any more difficult or anything like that. You're just hoping it's going to appear. What attack these laser attack these skeletons do? They're called Nova Skeletons, and that attack is absurdly powerful. Or at least I seem to remember it being absurdly powerful. Now let's put that theory to the test. Oh no. Well, I'd like to put that theory to the test. There we go. Yeah. It's just a wee bit more damaging than your average attack. Maybe those skulls are coming useful for something. Well, you know, for once the mist actually came in handy there. Not today, lad. Oops. And you can't use the telescope in the inverse castle. That shouldn't be too surprising now, huh? Just killing those guys on the principle of the fact that they can actually hurt me. So I want to acknowledge their efforts with death. And through here we go. So, this area upside down. Let's get close to it now. Which are even less threatening than the original enemies that were here, because they could at least turn into stone. These guys can literally do fuck all. Oh no, I'm poisoned. How terrible. It doesn't even drain your HP. So again, it's more of a mild inconvenience than anything. And not even that, I'm already non-poisoned. Yep, those big invincible skulls are probably the most threatening thing in this room. Now, more threatening than anything I've fought in this castle so far, except for those skeletons' death rays. These! They actually hurt. They're doing their job. And they also hide them all over the place here. And it's probably the most difficult thing about this part of the castle. Other than the skeleton lasers. As previously covered. Sadly you can't ride them out, nor can you actually hit them. See? They can hit you, even with their wheels, they hurt. There's a meal ticket. It's like being in the venue. No watered down vodka though. Perhaps that's for the best. And we'll go up here. It's carrying on in that direction, it's actually towards the end game. We don't want to go there just yet. Instead, it's back to these caverns. There's another diamond ring for selling. No massive stat boosts this time, but hey. Diamond ring. Getting these bloom pods. More inconvenient than anything. Should just fly past them. Don't want to make it awkward, you know.
The power of all upon one.
I actually didn't even mean to do that spell that time, you know. That was complete fluke, and of all things that have come out by complete fluke, that is one of the weirdest ones. Another sellable ring. I like the way they've put one end in here. These imps only really are inconvenient when they're combined with other enemies, so that they can like force you to constantly attack on the spot, so that maybe something can hit you with some sort of projectile, but if they've got no other enemies nearby, they're just literally gonna make you attack on the spot until they fly away, and then you can hit them with one shot and kill them. Not exactly terrifying. Another save point. Now it's a lot easier to cover this part of the castle. Because you can just fall down like this now. And you can't miss this passage this time. This point in the game, yeah, more so just filling out the map. Some easy melee tickets. And there's no alternative succubus or anything like that. It's just, believe it or not, infinite peanuts. You can get as many peanuts as you want there. Why? Who knows? Oh, well, what do you know? It actually hurts to accidentally collide with. Take that, balloon pods. And it is a wee bit easier to get back up there. Did I miss a square? Yes, I've missed one square. God damn it. And I should be technically in that square now. Yeah, it's just not registering again for some reason. In many ways they've made a bit of a shit job of the port of this here. Some of the graphics are kinda off. There's the weird pauses that I kept having in that first playthrough. Yeah, thank God for the leap stone. It allows you to cover a lot of ground quickly at least. And I'm gonna go fight a boss. And guess what? The boss is gonna be non-threatening. I think he changes forms more aggressively, but anyway. It's our clone again. Corner him and he'll usually turn into a bat. Jump at him, stab down diagonally. He's got literally nothing he can do. Like, I mean, this is game. Ladder game boss. You think he'd be putting in a better effort? That was a boss. Unlike the first time through, this room doesn't fill up with water. I suppose it wouldn't have been very threatening given the fact that you now have an item that allows you to breathe underwater. And that it would be filling from the top of the screen down this time. So completely non-threatening in other words. And some Dark Octopi. They're one of the few enemies that like to drop blood. And there is one reason to actually want to do that in this here part of the game. You get a sword eventually that the more you soak it in blood, the stronger it gets. So if you were ever wanting to use that, you'd be going here and grinding the living shit out of them. I believe that's it, the Dark Blade. No, that's another sword forged by elves. I go on. I guess this one was forged by Dark Elves? Maybe it's got like a dark attack or something. Dark status element or something. But yeah, given the fact that, oops, I did not mean to use that. Given the fact that I don't yet have the sword that allows you to raise its strength by getting it soaked in blood, that means that these guys are just completely pointless, really. They do drop sushi, though. And they more or less respawn quite a bit, so you can really grind the shit out of them. I'm pretty sure that's why they're here. So you can grind them out for that other sword, but it's pointless. So let's just do that instead. Get a single item. That's all we got going for them. Now, these guys are actually quite tricky, because they hit you with their blade vine things down there. They actually do a lot of damage. Now, you can't use the bat to swim underwater here, and you'd probably think that grinding this map out's the worst thing ever, which it is, but the dog can swim. Hold triangle and the dog actually swims. And that's pretty much what you're wanting to do to try and uncover all the map in this here part of the castle. Because otherwise it's agonizingly boring just constantly doing the super jumps until you hit the right pixel. At least the dog can swim. And it looks really stupid. Oh, it's April. See, these girls are trying. Failing, but trying. Don't you just love hugging pixels? Huh. Believe it or not, that was actually a really good drop. 15 to your defense. Can't really argue with that, can you? I mean, you could, just be pointless to argue with an item. That lowers my attack in a few of my other sets, so I think I'll give up my attack bonus and just raise my defense instead. These cave trolls kind of jump about and then they actually attack you with their tongue. Kind of like a licker from Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 rather. I always thought the lickers were, well, kind of lame compared to the hunters. I've heard they're going to be pretty good in the new Resident Evil 2 remake, but I don't know. The lickers could never just one-shot your head off. They had the big massive damaging swipe. But that was pretty much all they had going for them. Imagine my walk armor must be pretty overpowered by now. So, the Force of Echo. Well, it's not very impressive either. Literally, all it does is add a weak bit of damage to your sonar. It's probably better than the Fireball, given the Fireball's so slow, but it's still not very useful at all, really. But it's there. And yeah, that's all that part of the map uncovered. Well, she tried, sort of. Oh, the Rock Knights are a bit better than those Liam Bone Knights. I like the way the fish is literally, like, flipped upside down. I'm gonna give them points for the lack of effort there. I really hope somebody was like, "Hey boss, do you think they'll notice if we don't even flip the fish?" Yeah, who cares? Just keep the fish upside down. Why Ego would have that voice, I don't know. Well, she's been a cheeky blurt. But hey, the enemy's done some damage there, including her. Points for trying. Okay. You've asked for it. With him dead, then she's really got nothing. Trying to figure out, was there a Rock Knight in Hollow Knight? Or Shovel Knight, rather? I've not actually played Hollow Knight. I've heard it's quite good though. It's probably a game I should give a go at some stage. Probably be up my alley if I like this. I needed a bit of health back. And oh, I didn't mean to do that. This is a little bit harder when you've not just cheaped out and got the most overpowered sword in the game. It's a little more challenging, but still not especially so. Anyway, tell you what I'll do here is given the fact that it is 12:30. I've got work tomorrow. I'm gonna go fight one more boss and then save the game. And then call it a night. Oh hey, look, it's this guy again. Yeah. He's really not putting in any effort. See, when you fought them as a boss initially, they weren't very challenging, so when they show up this portion in the game as regular enemies, they're still not any more challenging because they still don't really do any damage. And that's pretty much the story of the inverted castle. Like, aside from a few specific enemies, a lot of the enemies still do, even the new ones don't really do enough damage against you to be threatening. I'll get this handy save point right outside the boss room. So I'll beat the boss and then I'll come back. But the boss is a significant one, because technically after beating this boss you could go literally to the end of the game if you really wanted to. Emphasis on if you really wanted to. Oh look, they're shooting fireballs now. Oh no, they do 1 HP damage. And this is best mate Slugger. In Super Castlevania, Slugger was actually one of the tougher bosses. Speaking of bosses.
So you've made it this far. In the name of your father, cease this foolishness.
Not while there is breath in my body.
Then, for the Master, I'll feast on your soul this night!
Or you'll try. Death is normally a tricky boss. In this, not so much. Let's see. You can summon those. Oh well. They could have potentially been dangerous. You know what? Might actually be more challenging to let my sword familiar kill him. Oh no! He does minor amounts of damage. Again, this is death. It's traditionally supposed to be a tough boss. I guess he was having an off day. Anyway, this seems like a good point to call it a night. I don't really have much left of the castle to explore at this stage. Even 100% that I've done most of the water-based tedium. It's mostly the upper right portion of the castle and the hell area. The hell area isn't actually going to be that bad, believe it or not. Essentially all I'll be doing in it is beating my way through to fighting the boss. That's not that bad at all. He's one of the cooler bosses, but yeah, aside from that there's not really much more to do. In fact, I might go back to the start area first of all. You know what? I'll go back to the start area now. I know I said I'd go to bed, but apparently I'm a liar. No time for you guys. If I had just thought about attacking his actual rocks earlier, I wouldn't have been having any trouble with them at all. When I say trouble, I mean taking some damage. Oh yeah. So there's a way around this. And that is jump up here, turning the dog, hold triangle. And I got a bat pentagram. It's an attack item. And like all those one-shot attack items, not really much point because everything's kind of weak as a kitten. Garnet's not a particularly valuable jewel. So again, that's kind of pointless. Now, there's Funky Katana. I think it's a two-handed one if I remember right. Yeah, and it's still not as good as what I've got. So, it's a two-handed katana, and guess what it can do? It can do that. It can either do that fancy multiple slash, or it can do the teleport slash, kind of like Alucard's sword. Speaking of which, we're really near the point where you can get Alucard's gear back after you've beaten Dracula. There's like another hidden pass, or sorry, not Dracula, Death. Just a little bit behind him, there's a room which has both the sword and I think one other item of the Dracula gear. It might be the shield. And the shield, if you use it with the shield rod, is literally the most overpowered piece of gear in the game. Is there any enemies that will take multiple hits here? Just thinking so I can show off the special attacks of this weapon. Hello. No. Well, you get the idea. It's cool, right? I keep it equipped just because it's a wee bit fancier. Oh, that was an interesting attack. No, I don't think I've ever seen them pull that off before. So again, points for trying to the cave troll there. It only slashes once, sadly. Whereas that slashes multiple times. So the back forward attack, it does this. Just does a little extra damage. What you're really wanting to do is your Hadouken based one. There's an easy 2000 gold. It also infinitely respawns. So if you're wanting to grind out the duplicator, that's a gold bag that, yeah, you could basically make a beeline for and then run back, but you'll still probably be doing it a few hundred times before you can actually buy the duplicator. There's probably gold things that are actually a little easier to get. I don't believe the duplication glitch works in this here anymore. It was on the original PlayStation version anyway, and I believe that there was used in the Summer Games done quick speed run. Well there's the Alucard shield. Okay, so if you want to see ridiculous, here we go. I'll equip me a Dark Blade. And it's the Alucard shield, which as you see is strong versus all attacks, which is kind of silly. And this is why Death steals it from you at the start of the game, because if he didn't, well, A, it wouldn't be a Metroidvania, and B, the game would literally have no challenge if you had like Alucard's sword and shield from the start of the game. Let me see, shield rod. So, when I said this was totally fucking overpowered, let's check this out then, shall we? Yeah. Literally, you can just run into things and kill them with your shield. Takes a lot of magic to use, but I mean, Can you imagine what that does to the final boss even? Again, I'm gonna try to avoid using cheap things like that there. To at least get a taste of some of the game. Once again, you can go through here, and in fact you're going to need to in order to open that secret door. So 1 time through is the bat, 1 time through is the dog. It's not a sign to let you know that it's unlocked or anything, so you just have to take my word for it. And that barrel circlet is pretty much the reason you've come in here. The barrel circlet restores HP by lightning damage. That sounds very context sensitive, but you're gonna really want that for one of the bosses in the game, believe me. One of the ones that might actually hurt you if you didn't have it. In fact, I might show that off. Let me try to fight him without it. First time I ever played the game, I thought he was like the hardest boss in it until I found that and was like, oh no, he's completely trivial. But I'll get to him tomorrow. You see? That skeleton, he's actually earning his paycheck if Dracula pays people. I imagine he doesn't. And what would you pay a skeleton anyway? There's always somebody must pay them something, cause you know, they've always got money in RPGs. And all the way down there for a fire boomerang, which is another single-use attack item. The duplicator, you could throw infinite amounts of them, I suppose, but that's about it. They're still not great. I'll keep the cross. This stage I'm not really using sub-weapons whatsoever, as you can tell. Hello! Oh! That's what I wondered. Oh, they're trying to earn their keep. Hi everybody. Please give me 2 seconds. You're really making it harder on yourself. Okay, well that there skeleton killed. Don't even really need to care about her. Almost tempted to shield rod her because she's being so obnoxious. There's still not all that much damage done to me anyway, so God help them really. Now, this is kind of weird. This Ouroboros guy. Kill him and he starts flying around and actually helps you out, believe it or not. I'm trying to go... Ow. I'm trying to show off the fact that he actually helps us out. I'll turn off the sewer card for the time being. Hi there. Do you want to show off what I was trying to get you to show off there, mate? Basically, he flies in the enemies, he does damage as far as I'm aware. Or did I dream that? Hey everybody. Oh well, now he's just plain fucked off. Oh well. You'll have to take my word for that. And I'll turn the sword familiar back on. And he's up to level 42 actually. He's near the level where he could turn into an actual sword if you get the sword brother to level 50. That's his big gimmick, is that he actually turns into a real sword you can use. Level it up high enough and he gets quite powerful indeed. And we're at the entrance of the inverse castle. And there's nothing here. Nice. See that little hatch there? In the Saturn version you can actually go through there and it leads to this here like underground forest area. It's not particularly difficult or anything. It's got these really goofy looking tree enemies. Hello, do you want to be difficult? I'll take that as a no. Now, if you're trying to fill out your enemy list, there is one enemy in this here area. That's kind of hard, I suppose. It's probably the hardest thing. He runs away quickly. That's that dodo. That seems to be a dodo bird, believe it or not. So, potentially you could let him get away from you. Potentially. But you don't even have to be super quick. There's a way more obnoxious Tsuchinoko in, I think it's in Aria Sario, the Tsuchinoko, and actually get it. It means essentially like re-entering a room over and over again, killing it and hoping that it drops a certain item. There's a bit of that in Circle of the Moon as well, if you're trying to get all the magic cards. And look, it's the inverse at the start of the game. There's Talisman. I can't remember what the Talisman does. May absorb damage taken. Well, that's good. I could use a few more definites there. Killer Sonar. And yeah, there's another shortcut door. There's our opening save point from the start of the game, and could do another boss. Should I do another boss? Yeah, I'll do the other boss. Over to the left there is what's that long area that can bring you back to the clock room? I'll do a bit of that tomorrow. Remember these guys? They were a boss in the library. Now they're just dead. Was Cthulhu yesterday? Doesn't look remotely like Cthulhu, but... Hello, could you do some damage to me, please? Oh, never mind. Well, I know which demon's winning the best Scream award. It's the Fire Demon! Yeah, a high potion after all that, huh? Great. Hi, Fire Demon. Let's hear your death scream again. That's brilliant. Take a bow, sir. And these guys just literally summon more lesser demons now. And they're utterly trunks. Doesn't matter how many of you guys you summon, you're still shit. Sorry. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but yous are terrible. You're bad as a boss, you're bad as a regular enemy. I like how anxiously that one flew into the room like, oh me. Oh yeah, I forgot I was shit. Never mind. I'm gonna head over this way actually, cause basically that hidden passageway, or not hidden passageway, that their little shortcut that I can take to the left there, I'll do it the other way around as the way back. Hey, it's the Salem Witches again. They're still shit. And I got a katana out of that. You know, I can't recall if I've ever used the katana before in this. Let's see what it's like. Oh, it's two-handed. And it's unsigned. Well, it's got that, and I'm not even sure if that hits multiple times. No, it doesn't hit multiple times. And it takes up 2 slots, so bye. We'll go back to the Dark Blade. There's 2 people, like, extra compared to the one that was watching from before, so just to make you aware, I'm not using the really overpowered weapons like the Shield Rod with Alucard, or with the Alucard shield, that is. It's just too overpowered, and well, I did try to get the Sisagrim sword to drop. It was just too tedious to make people watch me grind that out, so I decided against it in the end. So the most difficult thing about this area is the fact that there are invisible, semi-invisible butterfly enemies. They don't do any extra damage or anything, so they're just an inconvenience. And if anything, that little imp actually helped there. Good for it. Over there leads to a couple of items. I think I'll head this way. Well, not even items, it's just squares for the map at this stage. A health up. A health up that's not really necessary. Well, what do you know, the sonar's actually kind of handy for taking out those there butterfly things. And we're almost near the boss. Right, I'll definitely actually stop playing after the next boss. How about that? And then I'll come back to the game tomorrow and have completely beaten it then. I'll 200.6% of the map. That's over to the church area. Now, I'll fill that out tomorrow. I'll have the church and the hell area to deal with then. And here's our boss that I was talking about. And this is Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies. He's got these giant flies that kick about him. You're obviously wanting to kill his actual stinking rotten fleshy form. And look, the flies actually do more than 1 HP damage. And that's pretty much the best thing you can say for them. So, unfortunately for Beelzebub, it's just more, if anything, he's just inconvenient to actually reach. But given the fact that you can kill him with the usually useless bat sonar, it's once again a fairly non-challenging boss. Still, he looked cool. And he was kind of repulsive, you know, being a big rotten maggoty bastard and all that, but it was still kind of like arm wrestling a baby. There's a Ring of Arcana. And that there is good for grinding out items, believe it or not, because it increases the rare item appearance rate. So I guess I could use that there later on to grind the Sissigrim sword off camera, as well as potentially a Ring of Varda as well. The Ring of Varda being the completely overpowered ring. But you know what, I'll show all that off tomorrow. It's just about to turn 1 and I gotta get shit ready for work tomorrow, so yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow evening to finish this off in between cooking a lasagna. I'm sure you just can't wait. But good night anyway.